Kevin Windham getting ready to go racing in our main event here tonight for 20 laps with 20 riders in the gate. This twin pick coming in. That's our buddy Jamie Spears there, whose daughter Brittany's got quite the singing career going. Cajun cookers at the camp cheering on K-Dub and eating seafood. Tell you what, Jamie Spears comes to a lot of Monster Energy Supercross races and cooks for all of us.
Right.
We have not eaten better anywhere in the world than we have when Jamie's cooking. Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, keys to the race, Jeff, from Villapoto and Millsaps.
Well, good start, 20 solid laps, consistency, ride your own race, and you got to get that start because especially on this 450, that roost hurts.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. I think we had a good quote from Millsaps, though. I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Go there.
Hey, Diana Dahlgren, Miss Monster Energy Supercross, ready to go with that 30-second board, and so are we.
And I even noticed that both of the Alessi brothers are lined up to the right side of the middle of the gate, right next to each other. So there you go, 800 and 801. Let's see who's got the skills to get the whole shot here. Both on the same team, same bikes.
Can somebody take a win away from Villapoto, or will he add to the record books? Here's the gate in Toronto. Millsaps tries to get the drive. Brayton. Can Brayton do it? Brayton with the Nuclear Cowboys hole shot. And the Honda rider is off to the lead with Millsaps chasing right behind Villapoto.
Arguably the three fastest riders of the night right up front. Got Weimer setting in fourth and Chisholm, I believe, in fifth.
The Muscle Milk Honda rider has been getting better and better every week. He's been getting healthier. That's been making the difference. He told me, Jeff, that, you know, to beat Villapoto, you've got to be at your absolute best in every category because that's where Ryan is right now. He just hasn't been there because of the injuries he's been rehabbing from.
Well, he's got 20 laps here to put in to come past the finish line for the first time with the green flag. And you're talking about the champ and a rider that's trying to notch his first win, going at it.
And that's how it was a week ago in Indianapolis. Brayton led early. Villapoto stalked him and then was able to get him at the end because Brayton just ran out of basically physical stamina, still coming back from those injuries.
Yeah, right here, Villapoto to the inside with an aggressive move.
Can he get it done? No, Brayton still had the inside line in the next corner.
And watch Villapoto, he is just attacking right now, not wasting any time.
Devours him in that corner. Villapoto takes the lead away. Now, what can Brayton do? How far back has he come? Can he come after Villapoto and mount a challenge?
Millsaps just hanging back in third right now, watching all this go down. And yeah, Weimer's still in fourth, and Windham comes across in fifth right now.
Villapoto trying to squirt away, but Brayton giving it everything he can to stay in touch.
Boy, notice just how loose these turns are getting. They fixed them with the Bobcats and the Dozers, but what it's left of is instead of them being really rutted, they're really washed out and loose.
Progressive pass of the race is going to be the one for the lead.
Watch here as Villapoto just gets to the inside of Brayton right here, gets the line just a little more aggressive through the rhythm section.
And Villapoto has got Brayton right on his tail.
Brayton's fired up. He must have a line through the whoops because just before we came to this shot, the crowd came alive, and that's because Brayton is putting the pressure on the champ.
Sounds like Villapoto had a bit of an issue through the whoops, Jeff.
Here we go. Tries to jump through. Oh, big cross run. That is a huck of epic proportions, but he keeps the Kawasaki on two wheels.
But that also goes to show you how treacherous this 21st rider in the gate that we talked about, the racetrack itself, is here tonight. Arguably the best rider in the world, bar none, here tonight, Brian Villapoto, having his issues as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be the story here for Brayton. He just needs to put in those strong, consistent laps. If he can keep the pressure on Villapoto, you never know how this thing could turn out. Certainly has the confidence at this point. But notice the riders being a little more timid through some of those sections. Even in these bowl turns right here, they're kind of sliding it around as it's really marbly and slippery.
Here's Weimer battling with Millsaps. Those two fighting over third, and the Kawasaki rider Weimer takes it on this green machine.
Nice pass right there. Weimer riding with a lot of confidence at this point. See how he gets through this rhythm section here. Has to seat bounce that, use a little momentum and the power from that 450. Now watch as he gets through the whoops right now. He's going to try to skip through some of them, and Millsap's just got on top.
There goes Wyndham. Wyndham in 5th, Chisholm. He's got 6th. Here comes Marvin Musquin and Metcalf on his Suzuki number 24. Musquin telling me earlier today this would be his last ride in the Supercross class on the 350 KTM. Going to go back to the West.
Go back to the West and ride the 250, and you never know. His teammate Ryan Dudzik could be back. We could get word. You just never know when that's going to happen. Putting the pressure, or getting the pressure put on here by Metcalf. But see, as Metcalf trying to get just to the inside of the racing line, and as he slid up into the berm, he hit all those marbles. And it's just, if you make a pass, you better make sure that you have a wheel on the guy, because you do not want to slide that front wheel either into the side of his pipe. Watch right here, see, he's not quite close enough. He can't be as aggressive as what he'd like to be.
Oh, he is through the whoops, though. Metcalf very aggressive there. Musquin on the inside, but Metcalf has really turned it up. And he's going to beat him to the corner. Give Metcalf now 8th position.
Good battles all the way through the pack right here, as we're taking a look at the fastest lap, last lap around, was actually Brayton. Fastest lap of the main is Villapoto at a 47.1, and they're just about a second slower than that fast lap by Villapoto.
That's Will Hahn on the 58. He's chasing Kanairi, who has the final spot inside the top 10.
Will Hahn just doing a little double-double through here.
Cole Seeley's gone back to the West as well, Jeff. That's why he's not here tonight.
Nice opportunity, though, for Will here to, a little bit of concrete coming up in that line right there. You guys are going to have to move out of that line. It's going to be really difficult to jump that triple out of the turn.
Going deeper through the field.
Sipes, Gerke.
Alessi right here. This is Michael Alessi.
This is not the type of start that we usually see Michael Alessi get. Running outside the top 10 here. That puts him in 14th. 30 seconds off of the lead.
His brother Jeff is all the way back in 19th. These two riders battling it out over 13th position. Gerke just in front of him on the 87. Gerke on the BTOsports.com machine.
And look at these guys just trying to fight their way through this treacherous whoop section. And you want to come in and you want to jump some, but then you just have to be lined up when you land. And we noticed Wyndham a few laps ago, as he jumped into the whoops, he really was on a wheel stand. You want to try to keep the bike level.
Wyndham has got the Toyota back to Yamaha, Davey Millsaps, and the Joe Gibbs rider doing everything he can right now to hang on to 4th. But Kevin Wyndham's closing. Here he comes, looking inside on Millsaps. Can't get it done just yet.
And he had to cut so low to stay out of those ruts right now. But just for Wyndham to even be riding, that hit that he took last week in Indianapolis when he clipped the back of Mike Alessi's bike and went flying off right at the end of the race, it landed basically, on his rear. He didn't have any real, absorption with his legs or anything. Just took such a hard hit. That's why his back, low back, and glutes and hamstrings and everything are just so stiff. And he may be out there doing a fine ride right now, but I tell you, he's going to be sore once again once this 20 laps is over.
But he won't give up easily, Aaron.
That he won't, you guys. What a performance he's doing so far. Stiff and sore from last weekend. He's been taking some anti-inflammatories, massage. Also, he's been hooked up to an interferential stimulator to increase the circulation and blood flow. He's keeping his body from seizing up, trying to stay mobile, trying to stay nimble. And he's not going to lie, everything hurts, and he just needs to power through tonight. And
he's up to 4th now, Aaron, as he made the pass during your report. And Millsaps has to charge back.
Yeah, she's had a knack for that tonight, huh?
She's been good at it, yeah.
If if Aaron's on, there's going to be a pass.
Yep. You know, and in talking to talking to Kevin Windham about that crash, Jeff, a week ago, he said he really thought he was going to get tossed off the bike in a different direction, which could have been even worse. Here's a look at it as we go back to Lucas Oil Stadium a week ago. Watch Windham on the 14 in red. He thought he was going to land backwards into that berm, which really could have hurt.
Man, he was pretty frustrated right there. He had a great ride. He was coming from behind, and he was on the gas, looking at the top 5, and that went down. So we go back to our leader here.
But you know, he had a 16-second lead in his heat race, did Ryan Villapoto. So far in this main event, and we're past halfway point, he's only been able to gap Brayton by 5, and that just happened recently. There you see Brayton back in the distance. Obviously, the incredible season a year ago for Ryan Villapoto, winning literally everything there was to win in Supercross and motocross competition, Jeff, including the Monster Million, first time ever that was paid out.
Yeah, that was. Did you see how much cash that was?
And now here he is, heading towards his second Monster Energy AMA Supercross FIM World Championship title. And who knows what's in store for him the rest of 2012. When do we start talking about what could Ryan Villapoto do to the AMA and Supercross record books?
Well, I think you can talk about that right now. I mean, Villapoto has 21 main event wins, 6 this season. He's 7th all time. Okay, so, and when, you know, theoretically, his main championship contenders, or at least in the beginning of the championship, 4 of those riders went down. And fortunately for us fans, Brayton and Millsaps, Windham, these guys have stepped up. But these are the type of races that a rider like Villapoto needs to win. And these, you know, as he makes his trek through his career, I feel that by the time he gets done, he's going to be inside of the top 5 all time. You never know if he's going to be able to pass up Reed, Stewart, Carmichael, and McGrath, who has the all-time win record at 72 main event wins.
Yeah, he has the opportunity here to rack up some wins this season before the year is out. He doesn't want to leave them laying on the table. And a guy that he's going to be racing against next year is watching with Eric.
He's watching and observing, just fresh off your 4th win of the season, Justin, but what do you think of the race that's taking place right now?
Man, what an awesome race. You know, Villapoto made a great pass on Brayton, and Villapoto's so strong this year on the bike, and I just can't wait to get on a 450 and race with someone of that caliber. You know, I got to try it out a little outdoors, but Supercross is a different story, and the race with these guys will be awesome. I'm looking forward to it one day.
Speaking of being in that caliber, do you think personally you have what it takes to go out and contend against those guys?
Yeah, you know, I think I can do it. You know, I'm ready to get on 250. I ride a 450 really well, and I think I can give them a run for their money. I try my best.
He's on the sidelines watching, observing, soaking it all up, trying to take it all in.
Hey, I love the confidence. I mean, I remember being on the line at one of the Supercross races in '92, and McGrath had won the main event, and he's like, hey, those Supercross guys on the line, they better look out because I'm coming. And we're like, yeah, right, there's a lot of competition here. His first year he won, what, 8 or 10 main events. So it's that type of confidence. I don't look at his arrogance, the confidence that what it takes.
Kevin Windham certainly has the confidence, and he just took 3rd with a move on Weimer. Beaten, battered, and no problem for the wily veteran, Kevin Windham.
Well, we'll take another look at that. And you notice that
Weimer's off the track. Jumped right off the track. Over the berm he went and out of the ballpark.
Trying to find a good spot to get in here.
Make a left-hand turn. There he goes.
Well, he lost quite a bit of positions, and we'll take a look at what happens here. This is, there was a rider down. That was Metcalf and Gerke. Alessi was in there distracting him. He looks over at Gerke. Like, what are you thinking? Loses a position and loses his concentration, and consequently, he's lost a position and a bunch of time and a podium.
Here's where he goes off the track, right up and over the berm.
And that can be really dangerous because as you try to turn back on, if you catch those tough blocks and they give away, nice piece of riding, even though it was a mistake, the fact that he kept it up. Because once you hit the concrete, it's like ice. I mean, Josh Grant here looking like he's about to go lap down to Wyndham.
So Wyndham up to third, looking at a podium tonight, Jeff.
He's been fast. In the first qualifying practice today, Wyndham was the fastest rider. He wasn't even sure if he was going to ride today.
No.
Consequently, he's been really fast. He's been strong.
When he came out, took a look at the first practice, just kind of take a look at the track, and pretty much cruised it for the rest of the afternoon, get his qualifying time in, and then that was it.
And we had a conversation with Chad Reed earlier today, and he even alluded to Wyndham as being one of the best at the whoop sections when they get rutted like this, that he just has a knack and a talent that not many riders have. And so on a night like tonight, when the track conditions get like this, Kevin really seems to excel.
Got around Grant, who's running in 12th.
You know, and when we started tonight, brand new, the track design was a pretty easy track design, but what I kept saying is how the track conditions were going to be in the soil and what's gone on here, and that's what's made this track so difficult and made the best riders in the world make a tremendous amount of mistakes.
Villapoto, even when he's had a bobble, has been able to manage it, keep it under control, stay on top of his Kawasaki, and keep marching forward.
Well, you're looking at the best rider in the world, bar none. He is fit, he is strong, he has, in his career, he's been able to overcome injury and rebound and come back in ways that we didn't think would be possible, even going into his first Supercross title last year, 2011. He came into that season off of an injury, just wanted to kind of get back into the groove. He wins the opening round, goes on to win the title. Just an incredible run that he's on right now.
When you think about how badly broken he was with that leg injury in 2010 after the race in St. Louis,
yep,
and everything he had to fight through to rehab himself just to get back to competition, let alone to ride at the level he's performed at last year and now this year. It's incredible the dedication and determination he has had to come back and stand at the top of the sport and say, not only am I here to race, I'm the guy to beat.
And the one thing is he's not afraid to do the work. He's got a lot of these great facets, a lot of these great qualities, but when it comes down to doing the hard work, he will do it. Now it's paying off.
And it does again here tonight. Ryan Villapoto lights the candles here in Toronto. Another win in 2012, and the march towards a second championship continues for RV. Baseball, April 7th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Tune in for that. Here's Aaron.
It was such a great ride going for Jake Weimer. Jake, 2 separate incidents happened out there. Can you take us through what happened?
Well, I mean, obviously somebody had crashed, and I thought it was a good idea to try and square underneath them, and then they decided that they were going to go to the left. So, I mean, that's kind of a racing incident, but then I made a mistake and flew off the track. I'm lucky I'm not hurt, but I think the most frustrating thing right now, well, I mean, other than I should have had a podium, but it's unbelievable to me that some people make the main event and then just roll around. It's pretty frustrating, but just want to thank my team, Monster Energy Kawasaki, everybody that's behind me, Von Zipper, Alpine Star, Vans, Young and Reckless, everybody that's behind us. You know, it's my trainer Eldon, Ryan Rao, my dad. Thank all you guys.
Frustrating night for Jake Weimer, but a terrific performance.
Frustrating 2 weeks, not making the main a week ago. Had a good week of practice, he told me, but had to deliver it here tonight, and it just didn't happen for Weimer. It did for that guy. Talk to him when we come back. Last week when Ryan Villapoto got his 21st career Supercross class victory, he passed Jeff Ward for 7th all-time on the Supercross class win list, and he's also now 2nd on Kawasaki's all-time win list. Tonight, Aaron, career victory number 22.
22, hard to believe, and he wasted no time taking over the lead. But Ryan, it was a wild ride for you out there, a couple of really close calls. How did you manage to save it?
You know, just hang on to it, you know, just, I don't know, the bike was really working really good on the whole track other than the whoops, really. You know, I don't think anybody's bike was working really good there. If you tried to jump, your foot pegs would drag, so, and there was no skimming them. So it was really hard. You had to stay patient, you know, and just kind of ease your way through them, but close calls, but the bike was working great. So Monster Energy Kawasaki have really done their job, and the Dunlop tires and you know, Falcon tires, everybody at Jeff Fox and Parts Unlimited and Thor and everybody, thank you.
You had mentioned to me this morning that you want to, more than anything, to wrap this up in Houston. It's the final chance you have in a dome where Mother Nature won't apply. What will this mean to you to pull this off?
It'd be huge, you know, just it'd be really nice, you know, not to have to go to Seattle, to Salt Lake, and obviously Vegas should be all right, but there's a few rounds there where more than likely it can rain, so would like to get it out of the way and then just go there with no pressure.
Great job tonight. Congratulations on your 7th victory of the season.
Here's a look at those points now.
Thank you very much.
It's a healthy lead, obviously.
I'm not.
Yeah, but Ryan Dungey hasn't raced,
I know.
and he's still in second. That tells
Yeah.
you the gap that these two riders had.
Yeah, and James missed a round 2, and he's still hanging in there tonight. And Justin Brayton is climbing his way up. He's in 6th right now, Aaron, but he's only a point out of 5th.
That's right, and every weekend Justin Brayton continues to get a little bit stronger and stronger. You were feeling it this week. You said the best week you've had so far. What was it that went wrong for you tonight?
Man, RV's just fast. You know, that's the bottom line, but track was tough tonight, man, and tire selection was key, and hats off to the Dunlop guys for giving me some great tires, and got off to an awesome start, so that definitely helped, but just need some more speed. RV, like I said, is riding really good, but hats off to all the guys at Team Honda Muscle Milk. They've been working so hard, and Yoshimura, and there's so many guys behind the scenes that make this happen, and thanks a lot to those guys for getting me up here.
Great job. And Kevin Windham, it was not even confirmed whether or not you were going to be racing showing up tonight. To pull this podium off, what does this moment mean?
Oh, it's incredible. Great team. The Geico Honda team got me ready, and a lot of physical therapy, working back in Baton Rouge and Louisiana with Jessica, a couple other people here, Dr. Navarre, mobile medical unit. It was more about being off the bike than on the bike this week, but when it came time, we were able to get it done, and it feels great.
And Kevin Windham, we've taken a vote here, is going to be our Brent Michaels Rock Hard Ride Hard winner with that
Undoubtedly.
tough situation working through the back, and he works his way up to a 3rd tonight. He easily wins that here tonight. Here's a look at the rest of the results. Gavin Faith comes across the line, tail end of the field here tonight.
Metcalf, who was up inside the top 5, has that crash, ends up 18th.
Things wrapping up on the track. All the photographers down there taking the pictures. Well, it has been a great night here in Toronto, and now we start making our way towards Houston. You'll see the lights from Houston next Sunday, April 1st. That's not an April Fool's joke. We're going to have it for you here on Speed. Justin Barcia takes the lights win. Ryan Villapoto takes the big win in the Supercross class. Thanks to Chad Reed for stopping by and James Stewart for calling in. For Aaron Bass, Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Sheen. So long from Canada.